Hello everyone, today I'll be sharing a life story with you guys while at the same time cooking up a beat. Here's the sample that I use. Okay, so this story starts off on a Thursday, around 6 p.m. I just got home from high school, and I was getting ready to go on the choir trip. So this choir trip, me and my choir, we go on to different states, and we sing songs, which is kind of cool because we get to travel. And the ride to that state particularly was 13 hours. I couldn't go there sober. So around 7 p.m., I called up my friend and I wanted to buy a vaporizer pen for marijuana. I had my last money because I didn't have a job at this moment. So I had to do something about it. So I call up my 18-year-old friend Pablo. He's a cool guy. You guys hear about him later. And so I call up Pablo and I tell him that I want to go and buy one. And he says okay, he was going to come through. So around 7 p.m. my mom left the house and he picked me up 15 minutes later and we went to the store. So as soon as we got there, the first thing he tells me is, as soon as we pull up, he tells me that they check ID. At first I didn't believe him because I've been there before and they never check. So I tell him, dude, it's gonna be fine, they won't check. So we're heading to the store, we walk in, we went to that aisle where they were selling all those pens. The first thing that happens is they ask for my ID. He says that he has his ID, and I tell him that I forgot it at home. But before I say that, I pretend to search for it to make it look like I actually did. And so they tell me I have to wait outside. Basically, they kick me out. So they kicked me out, and I was just waiting outside for him. And 10 minutes go by, and he comes out. We sit in the car, and he shows me what he bought. Instead of a vaporizer, it was a condenser pen. So I'm like, I mean, it's cool, dude. Whatever. He's like, yeah, sorry, dude. I was under pressure. She told me that she's sorry that she kicked you out. I'm like, it's fine, dude. It was $40 either way. That pen I was trying to buy was 60, so I kind of saved $20. It's cool. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's cool. So he dropped me off home. It was around 8 p.m. and I had no green. So I went outside my house to go search for some. So I just called out some of my friends, some of my plugs, and Rico and Cyrus pick up their phone. Rico is a cool guy. Cyrus is the one going on the trip with me. Rico was gonna stay home. So around 8:30 they come through, pick me up, and we figure out how the pen works. So if you hold the button a little, it basically like vaporizes it. It makes it into like vapor. But if you hold it for a while, it like burns all of it, which is kind of cool. It seemed like a cool pen. I was like, whatever, this is actually pretty cool. And so we just tested it out, hung out, and yeah, we didn't find any gas. The friend Cyrus, he was gonna buy some, cause I was gonna buy the pen and he was gonna buy the greens. We hit up all of our plugs, and none of them came through. So it was around like 10 p.m. and everyone was off. They're like, no, we don't have any. So it was getting kind of sketchy. But we still had time since the trip took place on Friday. And I wasn't planning on going to school because we were leaving in the morning. So around 10, I got picked up in the morning by Rico. And yeah, we started hitting up all of the plugs. So we had 3 extra hours to look for some greens. We went around, I hit up everyone on my phone, and everyone was dry. It was the dry season right now. Everyone. So like we were getting worried, like, oh no, this is not gonna be good if we don't go without any. And so I hit up my friends and I'm like, yeah, so look for some plugs if you have any. And an hour goes by and my friend's like, yeah, dude, I got a plug. I'm like, okay, send me his Snapchat. So he sends me his Snapchat, and I've never seen this guy before or heard of him or like had him on Snapchat. So I'm like, oh, okay, is this guy sketchy? He's like, no, dude, it's fine. So I added him on Snapchat, and I immediately hit him up. I'm like, yeah, dude, we're trying to get 50 worth. He's like, okay, dude, I'll come through in 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, we're gonna be at the dollar store because we were buying munchies and food for the road. And this guy calls me. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm on the way. Just wait outside for me. I'm like, okay. Pulls up in a sketchy Chevy. Pulls up next to me and he opens his window. I didn't even get inside. And he takes out the sack. He's like, here you go, dude. I'm like, okay, dude, this is really sketchy. Like, we're in between stores. It's kind of getting sketchy. A lot of people outside. We're in the middle of, like, everyone. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just do this and get out. I give him the 50, gives me the pack, and then he leaves. I turn around, and right by the car where I was about to sit, there's a kid with his little sister just staring me down. And then as soon as we make eye contact, he looks back down. I'm like, wow, this is kind of sketchy. Like, I can imagine being that kid. I would be really scared. Because when I was small, I was taught that people sell drugs and buy drugs, they get they sometimes kill people if they see witnesses, you know? Like, this kid probably had no idea what was going on. Like, I would be scared too. He looked scared. He was looking at his phone. He didn't want to make eye contact again. So my friends came out of the store. They're like, yeah, dude, we saw you, everything. That's so sketchy, dude. Let's go. Let's get out of here. So we get in the car and we leave, and that kid just looks up and stares me down. I just like smile at him, and he just looks down on his phone. Whatever, we move on. And yeah, the pack we got, it was good. It was like, it looked like it was 5Gs. Like, it looked perfect. Like, and it smelled like gas too. And it smelled like gas too. So this guy wasn't like ripping us off. Like, it was really tight. Like, I was happy. I was sketched because, like, like when something like that happens, they could easily like rip you off, like give you less, obviously, finesse you basically. But this guy was tight. I'd never seen him before, and he's just a man for like giving us what we paid for. That's he deserves some real respect from that. And so we met on the bus and we took off. 30 minutes in, I passed out because I was really tired. And so keep in mind that on the bus, we had security guards that went with us. Basically, like, if anything happens bad, it will be really bad. They'll call the cops. That's what they usually do. Even though I know them, they would still do that. So either way, it was like a lose-lose situation. Like, we won't win. If we get caught, we're just done. It just happens. And so our plan was obviously not to get caught. So we're riding there, and then all of a sudden, Cyrus wakes me up. Keep in mind, he was sitting next to me. Like, it was a big bus, but it was like two seats, like each. It's like one of those, like, I'll pull up a picture. Cyrus wakes me up. He's like, dude, let's do it. Without a doubt, I'd say yes, of course. So yeah, we got it ready, set it up, and it was kind of sketchy the first time, cause like, it obviously still smells. It's not like, so I packed it's like point two. It fits point two in, point two marijuana, or weed, or what a ganja, or yeah, that that gas. So yeah, we put point two or point three, I think, but it's a pretty good amount. Like, for what it does, I'm still impressed. Like, it conserves it basically. I'm barely pressing the button to make sure that, and yeah, we're just doing it back and forth, just keeping it low key, doesn't smell. Keep in mind that if you're ever doing this and you have people surrounding you, especially your friends, always look for their reactions. So I was looking at my friend, like he was sitting right across from me. So if it did smell, he would immediately react, which he didn't. So it was we were in the clear. And so we kept doing it for like 2 minutes, and I started to heat it up more and more, like, so I accidentally burned it. And then as soon as I look at my friend, he's staring at me. He's like, dude, it smells, it smells. So I figured, yeah, it probably smells right now. We gotta chill out. So yeah, so I turn it off quickly, put it back, hide it, cover it so that it doesn't smell. And keep in mind that I kept marijuana in a small container I use for pills like Tylenol, something like that. That has like one of those child locks on it, the seal. I'll pull up a picture. And yeah, it's really convenient because it's small. You could hide it and you could carry it with you. So yeah, it was pretty nice. So we immediately hide it and we spray cologne like once. Spray cologne, and yeah, basically like the smell cleared out. No one else reacted in the front, so it was clear. Like, I asked him, I'm like, does it smell? He's like, no, dude, you guys are good. And we were kind of impressed because, like, yeah, we finally did it. First time on the bus. Keep in mind the bus is big, but obviously it's still gonna smell. If it smells, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't just like clear out of nowhere. So yeah, we were cool, like we were cooling. And so throughout this bus trip, it was like getting darker. We did this like 3 to 4 times, like in the middle of the night. Like, we kept doing it. Like, we would take small breaks, make sure everything is safe in the clear, and do it again. Same story. Like, people would always react, like, cause it still smelled a little. And the smell, it's not like marijuana. It's more like cigarettes. It's like burnt. So yeah, it still smelled. So whatever. We were good. We were professional. We had to like we were good. No worries. And so yeah, we did this, and then time went by, like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., and we eventually passed out, went to sleep. Yeah, so we woke up in the morning and we were at a rest area. They were going to a gas station basically, which is like has a cafeteria. So we went there, but before we went inside, I'm like, dude, Cyrus, let's do it right now. He says yes, because that's what we usually do. We always say yes. We never say no. So yeah, and he says yes, and so we immediately start looking for spots around. It's easier to do it outside because eventually, like, you could burn it there, which makes it faster, go by faster. So we look around and we find a spot by the trucks. There's a bunch of trucks, like semi trucks, just standing there in a row, and like it just looked like a good spot behind them. So we ran there away so that no one sees us. We just waited till everyone went inside, like the whole bus went inside to go eat, and we ran to those buses and hid behind them in the bushes, and we started packing it. We packed it 3 to 4 times, and like, cause it was a good amount. Like we were like pretty baked. It was in the morning, so it was like a morning sesh, wake and bake type of thing. So yeah, we were good. Like we both felt like yay, finally, in the morning. This is the best. And so yeah, I put it away. I saved some more just in case for the bus ride. Like I left it on the outside more, so that if I open the bottle, the pill bottle, I could take it out quicker. It doesn't smell up the whole bus. And so yeah, and we went to the gas station after that. So we ran back to the gas station, and immediately as we walk in, right in front of us, a security guard, and right behind him is my friend. And this security guard, he looks directly at us, and we look at him. And keep in mind, our eyes were bloodshot red, and we smelled like crazy because we just came from it. And so yeah, here we are looking at the security guard. Immediately we take a right. We went into the bathrooms to hide. Well, like to avoid him basically. Like we weren't gonna walk past him. And we were pretty sure that he smelled us. All of a sudden the door opens and it's our friend who walks in. Like, dude, you guys smell like crazy. I can smell it from all the way back there. I'm 100% sure that he smelled you guys. We're like, no, no. Immediately we start getting really paranoid. That's what usually happens, especially if you're on a good buzz in the morning and something like that comes out of his mouth. That information kind of scares you basically. And we got worried immediately. Cause keep in mind we had alcohol on us. Like you could hide the greens, but you can't really hide a big bottle. It wasn't a big bottle, it was a small bottle, but still, it's still enough to get us into trouble, and it would be embarrassing for our parents to find out. So we're not taking any chances. I hit up my one friend. I'm like, yeah, dude, if anything happens, can you take it for me so I can hide it? He's like, yeah, of course. And then we arrived to Niagara Falls. Now, Niagara Falls, this is a whole different story I'm gonna talk about in the next video or in the other video. One of the videos. I'll post a link at the bottom when it comes out. I walked past the same security guard, and he didn't look at us, so that's a sign that he probably didn't even smell us for some reason. Like, usually they would stare you down and just make awkward eye contact. But yeah, this guy didn't stare at us, so we were in the clear. We figured by some miracle he didn't actually smell us, so we were good. After the falls, we went out to settle for the houses. They put us basically in groups, and we went to houses, like, to sleep in, basically. Like, instead of paying for hotel rooms, they just did that sometimes. And so yeah, we met up with this dude. We got all our friends together. Cyrus was there, and a couple of other people. So yeah, we got all together. It was a good group. Like we all knew each other. And then he drove us to his house. It was around like 10 p.m. And so yeah, we arrive at his house, and first thing I look at, it's a 1 floor house. So that's a good sign because it's easier to like sneak out. And then I immediately look at the window. The window's like really big, so it's like really easy to open it. So I'm gonna continue the story another time when I finish making this beat right here. I'll show you guys the beat after this. And so yeah, just subscribe, stay tuned. Post a link at the bottom when I finish this video. And it's gonna be obviously on my YouTube channel, so just subscribe and just be ready. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like and comment. Okay, so in the background, as I was saying, I was making a beat. I tried using all the basics. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna finish this beat. I'll show you guys the next video with this beat.